Hello, and welcome back to Podcasting for Real Estate Pros, where agents learn to attract clients, build trust, and stand out with the power of podcasting. So let's dive in. If recording a podcast every week sounds like a one-way ticket to burnout, you're not wrong. But there's a better way. It's called batching. It's how the pros stay consistent without losing their minds. Hey, it is your host, Sue Willoughby, and today we're talking about the secret of staying consistent with your podcast without sacrificing your sanity or your weekends. Because let's be real, if it's not sustainable, then it's not going to last. You're just going to get burnt out and you're going to throw in the towel before anything ever takes off. So here's what most podcasters do. They record, they edit, they publish, they panic, and then they repeat. Life happens, episodes fall behind, the podcast dies a slow, quiet death by inconsistency. No shame, it happens to almost everyone. Fun fact, most podcasts do not get past 10 episodes. But I know that this is not going to happen to you because you're about to learn how to batch like a boss. The first part of batching like a boss is to have a plan. So first of all, you're going to want to plan your pillars. Remember in episode 5 where we talked about content pillars? Pick 3 to 5 content pillars and rotate them so you keep things fresh and on brand. So for example, week 1 may be buyer's tips. Week 2 may be market insights. Week 3, personal story. Week 4, interview or local spotlight. And then you don't have to do it in that exact order, but those may be your content pillars, and that way you can rotate them. Now, you may even want to take it one step further, and if you have content in the content pillar of buyer's tips or seller's tips or something like that, you may want to do a number of episodes on that content pillar, and then you can just pull them out and sprinkle them in. I highly recommend that you do this quarterly and create a content calendar. That way, everything is organized. You don't have to sit in front of the mic and say, oh my God, what am I going to talk about this week? You already have it mapped out. And if you're doing it in bulk, you can do 1 to 4 episodes and have the content done for the whole month. Then you don't have to worry about it. So be organized and prepare your batches. Step 2, create your outlines in bulk. So pick a quiet day with no distractions. Whatever time of day is your jam. Like if you have a lot of energy in the morning, set aside some time to do it in the mornings. If you're a night owl and you get a second wind and you do it at night, pick the time of day when you're the most creative and you feel like you can actually do things. Don't try and do it after you've had a few client meetings and you're fried, because then you're not going to be that creative. So figure out what time of day you're the most creative, and that's when you're going to be doing these things. When you're creating your outlines, you're going to do a brain dump. You're going to create the outlines for 4 to 6 episodes, bullet points only, and just keep it nice and tight. You're not writing a full script, just the bullet talking points. Step 3, you're also going to record in sprints. Once again, when are you the freshest? When are you the most creative? When do you have the most energy? Block out 2 to 3 hours during your wonder time and record 2 to 4 episodes in one sitting. You can take a little break in between each episode, but you're already warmed up. The mic is set. You're in flow. Just ride that wave of creative energy and get her done. Step 4, you're going to want to batch edit your episodes. So if you're using something to record your episodes like Descript or Riverside, it's going to be very easy for you to do a quick edit on them, initial edit on them, to cut out any of the things that you don't want by editing the transcript, which will also edit the audio files as well. Little pro tip there. You can also outsource it to someplace like Fiverr or Upwork or something like that. So batch your editing, your show notes, and then do your uploads. Now, when you upload things to your podcast hosts, you can schedule when you want them released. So you can go ahead and upload 2, 3, 4 episodes and then just schedule them for weekly releases. So one task per batch. Think of it like meal prep, but for your podcast. Here's a few bonus tips to help you stay sane. One is create theme days. For example, Monday is your planning day, maybe Wednesday is your recording day, and maybe Friday is your editing day. Now, some people may want to do their editing right after they finish recording so that it's fresh in their mind and they could just get it done and out of the way. They're already at their computer, they're already at their mic. It just makes things easier. Next, use templates. Templates for your intros, your outros, and even your outlines. That way, you're going to have some consistency throughout your production cycle. And lastly, let go of perfection. If there's a slight glitch or the dog barks in the background, nobody's really going to care as long as it's not too distracting. The value of the podcast is going to outweigh the polish, always. The idea behind batching is that you don't need to hustle every week. What you need to do is stack that momentum. You're going to feel much better about this podcast when you know you have 3 or 4 episodes in the can every week, ready to go, and then you're going to get ahead. That way, when you get busy in your business because you're getting so many clients from your podcast, get it, then you don't have to worry about it. You're still going to find time to record, but if you do things in batches, you'll always be ahead of the game. Batching gives you breathing room, flexibility, and freedom. And that's how this stays fun instead of becoming a chore. So here's the deal. You don't need more hours. You do need a better system, just like your real estate business. You want to keep your pipeline full. Batching isn't about productivity. It's about protecting your energy so you can stay consistent, present, and powerful. Remember I said, find that time of your day when you're fresh, you're energized, and you're positive. Those are the times that you want to record. Okay, next up, you've got your episodes, you've got your structure. Now it's time to launch this thing into the world. I know, that sounds really scary. Okay, but you've got a 3-episode drop that's going to build trust right from day one. So let's get ready to launch like a pro. I'll see you next week in episode 12. Listening is awesome, but real progress starts with clarity. If you're curious about podcasting for your business, then let's connect. Book a quick call so that we know where you're at and what you need to do next. The link is in the show notes. Book your call today.